Another little workout without any equipment. I'm going to just layer on some ab work and obliques today. As always, a little bit of glutes. So coming down straight away, one long line, ankles, knees, hip, nod that chin in. Just feel that breath circulating first. Get yourself ready, big breath in, and then completely press that breath out. Good, and again, breath in and out. I'm going to straight away reach my arms up and over, link my fingertips, just draw my shoulders down and back slightly and just soften the elbows. Breath in, and as I breathe out, ribs to hips, head and shoulders peel off, eyeline towards those top of knees. Breath in and out. That's it, trying to clear the mat, or try and clear the shoulders out of the mat each time. Just every now and then a little peek down to make sure that hip line is nice and flat, that we're not starting to move the pelvis. Remember, we don't want to see that pubic bone curling up towards us. Keep lengthening the tail out and into the mat. Good, good breath. Let's go another 3. And 2. Last one there. We're going to go straight into that oblique twist. Breath in, breathing out. Right shoulder across the left hip. Again, try and fight for that height. Breath in and out. That's it, trying to keep that pelvis nice and still. Mobility from that shoulder line. Focusing on breath. Good. Feeling that side of waist starting to warm up already. And 4. Breath in. 3. And 2. Last one now. And 1. Coming all the way down. Going into leg circles now. So you can have that right leg bent, left leg reaching, or you could have both legs straight, or you could have this leg bent as well. So sort of check in with your body, see where you're at today. I'm going to go both legs straight, anchoring this right leg, toes towards me, trying to create as much height each time through this thigh, and using my breath. So breath in and out. And again, I say just have a breath cycle. Wherever you feel the hardest part of that movement is, apply that out breath. That's it. Remember, it's not how big you can make the circles, it's how still you can keep that pelvis as we do that movement. Good. 3 and 2 and 1. Let's change directions now of those circles. Try and fight for that height each time. That's it, do what you can. 5. My collarbones are open, my shoulders are down into the mat. My belly switched on. 2 and 1. Hug that knee in. Exchange it down. Remember, your options can always have one leg bent, and this is quite a nice option here, letting that thigh just drop down back into that hip joint there, coming up nice and tall if you can. Choose your option. Breath in and out. So remember, we're trying to fight for that height each time. I brought a little bit more energy to my left leg now. I flexed my foot. I'm just checking in with belly, so I can feel that just lightly tighten up and in. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Changing direction. And just remember, your eye line's not directly above you. It's just got that slight little nodding of chin. So my eye line is where my knee would be in line with the ceiling. Just tiny little cues might make a difference for you. For 5. Remember, full expansive breath. 2 and 1. Good. Pull that knee in. I'm going to lengthen both legs out. Get those inner thighs switched on. Reaching the arms up, and then just just overhead, just making sure that you're not flaring those ribs. Draw the ribs down, breath in, breathing out as you just peek past that belly. And just be as smooth as you can today. Up nice and tall, reach the arms out, up, and then just hinge forward. One long line from spine to crown. Arms come back down, spine builds, tuck that tail, scoop the belly, heavy through the legs. Breath in and out. Out, up, float forward. Arms float down to chest height, spine builds, tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. Heavy through those legs. Peel that belly in. Good, let's go 2 more there. Breath in and out. Good, reach it out. Up. Hinge. Now there's lots of variations of this. I just enjoyed this movement today. And nod, scoop. Good, reaching out. Up, and I'm going to stay here for a moment. Stay there for a moment. Float the arms down. Grab wherever you can, breath in, and then just pull that chest through. And then up nice and tall, reaching the arms out. And if that's not for you, across the chest is fine. Lift up out of that waist, breath in and good. Just soft little twist there. Good, now you can add on, arms, soften, elbows toward the inside of the elbows to the ears. Good. 4, 3, focus on breath, 2, and 1. Arms come forward, scooping all the way down, 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 down. Good. Bending up the knees. Come into tabletop if you're happy to. Otherwise, of course, keep your legs down. Breath in. Breathing out as we curl, sweep, and extend. Now, you might keep your knees bent. I'm going to do 5 of these. Breath in. Breathing out. Curl, sweep, and extend. So your finish might just look like this. Alright, I want to see how you feel comfortable with where you can take the legs. Good. Now you can always have your feet down. I'm going to hold this next one, go into my hundreds. So I've curled up, I'm reaching my fingertips up, and I've pulled that belly into 3, 4, 5, out. In. Press that breath out. See if you can peel those shoulders out a little bit more. You could pop the heels together. You could lower the legs a little. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. In. This is working on our endurance of that curl. Our head and shoulders can go down. Remember, feet can be down. We've got 3 more sets. Focus on that breath. In, nice and vigorous through the back of those arms. Last one now. And out. Good. Coming in, breath in. I'm going to keep hold of that left leg as I extend that right leg. You could keep the head and shoulders down. You could come up to kiss that knee. Keep on guiding that whole leg in line with your hip. That's it. You could lower that reaching leg. Can you curl up any higher? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Have a little rest. I'm going to go into double leg stretch now. Your head and shoulders could be down, and yours could look just still like a single leg reach with the arms adding in there. All right, breath in, breathing out. I'm happy to come up to my curl. Breath in, reach the arms and the legs away, and I'm going to circle the arms, pull back in for 1. Breath in, breathe out 2. Breath in, breathe out 3. And 4. So I'm reaching my fingertips and toes away from each other. And 4. nothing in the neck. If you start to feel neck, I want you to put your head and shoulders down, reset and come back into it. 2. Last one here. Good, little rest. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna link my fingertips. Taking my hands behind, bring my knees back over my hip line, breath in. Breathing out, I'm curling up and I'm letting my head be heavy in my hands. Breath in, breathe out. Just reach those toes to the ceiling. Breath in and out. Good. Now I'm going to go into double leg lowers. You could go into single leg if that's for you. I'm going to glue my heels together and just lower to where I feel I'm using my belly well. Breath in. And then breathe out as you pull back up. Breath in. Breath in. See if you can curl any higher. Breath in. And out. You could change that breath around. That's it. Pull back into center. 3 more. 3. And 2. And 1. Bend the knees into our crisscross. So now your pelvis is your stability. You could stay curled up with each movement. You could come down to the floor and back up. Or you could keep just your head down and just work on that extension of the leg. And finding that breath cycle. Good. 5. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. Now I'm going to take us through 2 options here. Float your right leg down, left leg up to the ceiling, hands behind, little pulse. I'm not pulsing here. I'm bringing that leg into pulse. Good. Head could be down. Now if you can, both legs straight. Good. 4. And 3. 2. And 1. If you can, crisscross. Crisscross. Still moving in line with those hips, so train tracking. 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe through it. 3, 2, and 1. Bring those little legs in. Take those toes down. Reach all the way through fingertips and toes. Big breath in. And out. Good. All right, I'm going to roll this straight onto our left side. Bringing left elbow, left shoulder together. Let's just do this separately and then see how we go. Heels in line with your bottom. Hollow out that armpit, so lift the ribs up. Breath in, hug that shoulder in, breathing out as you just lift up to plank. And then lower back down. Breath in. Now, you could just stay there and practice this plank position. And we'll do that together a couple more times anyway. So lifting that hip. Chest is forward, hips, shoulders. Good, and I'm really trying to hug that shoulder in. Good, now if you can, hold it here, press your heels together, squeeze those glutes, and open out that thigh. Now of course you could do this with your hip back down to the floor. I've changed my eye line to my forearm for me. I'm hugging in that shoulder, peeling that belly in, squeezing that backside. We've got 5. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, coming down. Now I'm going to take my right leg, step it just in front of my left. All right, my knees facing up to the ceiling. My left arm is reaching long, but I'm pulling my shoulder in. So I'm going to transfer myself out to this wrist. So breath in, breathing out, lifting up, transfer weight over here. And I've stepped into this front leg here. Breath in, back down. I'm going to travel my bottom back down towards my heels. Breath in and step in, breathe out. Good. Breath in, back down. Breathing out, keep hugging in. Now you could just hold instead of traveling in and out of it. Breath in and out. Good. Last one now. Breath in and out. Perfect. Coming back down. Going to continue with this side work. You can always do this one just laying on your side. And we've got ways of making it harder as we get better. Ideally, we're trying to keep that knee underneath the shoulder. Extend that top leg, hand comes down, and we've got knee and hip and somewhat support here. The shoulders and hips are forward. If you needed to, a little fist. And if it's just not for you, then come down to laying on your side. All right, now let's lift that leg without dropping down. All right, lengthen out. Flex forward, point down. Now I'm taking my eye line down to my hand, or you could look forward. Breath in and out. Now both glutes are working here. We could make this harder by getting that hip right over that knee, and if you need to, you could let it go further away until we get better at this move. 3 and 2 and 1. Keep it reaching behind and circle up and around. 1, 2, 3. Heel that belly in. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change directions. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that knee come back together. Take the hands to the opposite direction. Stretch away from there. Big breath in. Bring the hands to the other side. Hip drops over to the opposite. And we'll just do all of that again together. So coming over to your right elbow. So again, this is to get us into plank, side plank. And if you prefer to not do it from elbow and do it from palm, that's okay as well. Heels in line with that bottom. Hug the shoulder in, breath in, breathing out. Lift your rib cage away from that inside of arm. And then breathing back down. Breathe out. That's it. Hug that belly in, all the way in. Good. Now, if you can, let's add on those glutes. Press the heels together. Peel open that thigh. 2, 3. That's it. Squeeze. Now you could do it, remember, you could pop those hips back down and just do it from the floor. 5 and 4, 3, 2. Last one now. And 1. Beautiful work. Okay, now I'm going to go into that full plank, traveling. So if you'd like to, you could just set yourself up stationary, and no, don't worry about traveling. You could just do that as well. All right, I'm stepping my right foot over my left. My knee is up to the ceiling, my arm is reaching, and when we transfer, we just want to make sure that shoulder and wrist come on top of each other. So breath in, step in, breathing out, transferring that weight over to the wrist there as well. Make sure that feels nice and stable. Breath in as we come back down. Breath in. Step in, breathing out. Lift that waist. Good. Breath in, back down. Now you could just hold it. You don't have to do that travel. Good. 2 to go. Breath in. And out. Good. We've got lots of time to start working on the arm lines and things. Breath in and breathing out. Good. Let's let that knee drop down. As I said, the more that we've got that knee underneath the hip, the harder it will be. But maybe to start with, it is a little bit further away. Just see how you go. Hand is down for support, shoulder and wrist. From here, our chest and our hips are forward. Now as we lift that leg, we try not to change anything there. Eye line can go down. And then flex forward, point back. Breath in and out. So we're trying not to move that pelvis as we move that leg. Good. You could have the hand behind head for support there. Quite a nice option actually. Breath in and out. Good. That's it. Keep drawing those shoulders just lightly down. 3. Both glutes are on. This one working for support. 2. Good. Now let's Keep that one reaching behind. Reach it behind. Lift up out of that palm. Hollow out that armpit and circle. 2. Beautiful work. Keep breathing. Change direction. Nearly there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now remember, all of that could have been done laying down on your side as well. Back to center. Drop the hips away as you reach the fingertips away. Good. Let's bring one leg forward into that mermaid. Up nice and tall, breath in. Breathing out, let's go over. Lift up and over. And maybe your shape might be much more flexible than me, so you'll look a different shape. Breath in and out. That's why we're moving. We're just moving our body into our own range, into our own strength. Good. And over we go. Let's change directions. Up nice and tall. Maybe it feels different from side to side here. Over we go. Lift up and over. And over. So we've started to work on some harder moves there today. And as always, you just do what you can do and have a